Hello and welcome. In this video today I am going to show you how to make this amazing twisted grass. It's one of my favourite foliages and I really enjoy it. I think it just looks beautiful and adds something really special to any kind of bouquet or any arrangement that we're doing. So how do we turn this blob of paste into our amazing twisted grass? Well, I'm going to get a 24 gauge wire. And I'm using full length wire, so we pull that out and there's our full length wire. Now what we're going to do is roll this into a sausage, gentle sausage to start with like so, and then we're going to get our wire and we start feeding this into our sausage of paste. Now you can use any paste. This is flour paste that I'm using, the Saracino pasta paste. But you can use edible paste, you can use clay, you can use Artista Soft, absolutely anything, even porcelains. So what I'm doing now, I've got my sausage of paste on there. I'm just gently thinning it down. So with my finger and my thumb, don't worry about the end bit too much. And we're gently rubbing it down. So I'm not pulling, I'm just actually rolling it thin. Now if it does get stuck, a little bit of corn flour on your fingers, you don't need much, and that's with any clay that you're using. I would just use a little bit of corn flour and then we keep going. This is probably the boring bit, is just keep rolling this down and we just keep going. Now then, this is perfect practice if you're doing stamens on lilies or any of that kind of thing, but what I'm going to do now, on purpose, is break it. She says and it won't break. I'm going to break it because that might happen to you. Now if it does, it's really simple fix. Push it up again so that it overlaps and then actually roll it together. So I'm mending my break and then just keep going. So never panic about that if it does break. It's a quick fix and you certainly won't be able to see it, so don't panic about that at all. Right, so we start rolling down and we keep going. You can see I'm nearly to the end now. I'm resting it against the table as I'm going, because otherwise it will jump around a little bit. And we're nearly there. You can see we're quite to the end. I think let's break it off about there. There we are. Now, if I lay that on there, you can see it's corner to corner on my board and it also looks a little bit bumpy. So what I'm going to do now is with my fingers just gently roll over that grass. Well, it's not grass yet, but it soon will be. There we are. So nice and gently. So this makes it nice and even. If you struggle with doing this technique, you can get a big smoother and just rub the smoother over the top of it, or any kind of big flat surface that you've got. So there we are. Now you can see it's all roughly the same thickness and that's looking good. Now the scary bit, we're going to hold it between our finger and our thumb, just there, and then we're going to go for it. We're going to start wrapping this around our finger till we get to the end. That's always the scary bit, but that's done now. We gently pull that away and as you can see, you've got a beautiful coil there. You could certainly use that as it is, but what we're going to do, I'm just going to smooth that top piece out that I've flattened a bit too much, and then I'm gently pulling. And there we are. There is our twisted grass. Now I'm going to put it pointing up a little bit more because this is how it grows. It does look stunning. Maybe pull just gently, pull that bottom bit out a little bit. Like so. Now I'm going to remove my board and we're going to start colouring that in. Now I'm using my airbrush to do this, but if you haven't got an airbrush, then I would have just coloured the paste to start with. And I would have used maybe a nice leafy green like Holly Ivy by Squire's Kitchen, or lots of other greens are available. So we're going to put this to one side and then I'm going to get my airbrush. Now we need to mix the colour in here. So I'm using a mixture of green and brown. Now we're going to count the drops in We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 drops of green and 2 drops of brown. 1, 2. Now that's going to really tone that vibrant green down and make it a more leafy green, more earthy green. Finger to the end, give it a little mix. It should have all bubbled up in there. Now we always test on the paper first, so that looks fine. And then we start airbrushing. So we start at the base and we just follow that lovely curve all the way around. And we tilt it. Can you see we're really having to move this as we work. And there we go. We're doing this all the way along. Now if there's bits that you might have missed, because it's very possible, this is a very difficult shape to colour. So there we are. You will find there's little bits of colour. But look at that. That looks stunning. And these look really amazing as they're growing up. It's a big bush. They normally grow as a big clump coming out of the soil. They grow like this. So I'm just going to show you an arrangement that I did for the Cubica Sugar flowers. And here it is. If I move that out of the way. This is an arrangement that I did. And here's the twisted grass. You can see it just adds a little bit of height to that beautiful arrangement with all the flowers in. So you can do so much with these wonderful little bits of foliage. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks for watching.